All right, let's now talk about how to write logarithmic expressions in expanded form using the properties that we've learned and we've discussed in previous videos. So we're going to use this example here to show. And let's start with A. So we've got log base 2 of this expression. And so now we want to write it as a sum and difference of logs. And we want those to be simplified as much as possible. Okay, so here I've got products and quotients and powers all together. So I'm going to rewrite this, and I'm going to first do the quotient, right? So I'm going to write this as the log base 2 of z cubed minus the log base 2 of xy to the fifth, okay? And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the power property here, pull the 3 out, so this is going to be equal to 3 times the log base 2 of z. So I'm done with this one. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the product principle here. Now here's where you have to be careful of the subtraction, because I'm subtracting this entire thing. So I'm going to have to use brackets or parentheses to make sure I don't forget that. So since I'm splitting this up into a sum, I want to make sure that I encompass the whole thing so that make sure that I don't lose the fact that I'm subtracting the whole thing. So this is going to be log base 2 of x plus log base 2 of y to the fifth. Now you can go ahead and distribute the subtraction if you want. And this is done, but I can pull the 5 out. So I'm going to write this as 3 log base of 2 of z minus the log base 2 of x minus what? 5 times the log base 2 of y. And there's nothing else I can do. So that is simplified. Okay? Okay, now what about this one? We're going to do the same thing. So we're dealing with common logs here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write this as a rational expression. So it's going to be log of what? The quantity x plus y squared over 10, and the whole thing is to the 1/3 power. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, there's different ways of doing this. By the way, there's not just one approach to this, okay? I could use the power rule and pull the log out, or I could distribute the power using the power property of exponents, and I can distribute the 1/3 to the numerator and the denominator. But let's do this. Let's just pull it out in front. So that's going to give me 1/3 log of the quantity x plus y squared over 10. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be expanding this out into a sum and difference of logs. So when I do that, I got to remember I'm multiplying 1/3 by the whole thing, right? So I'm going to have to use parentheses to make sure I don't forget that I'm going to end up distributing the 1/3. Okay? Now I could avoid that by just distributing using the power of exponents here, but that's okay. So let's do this. So now this is going to be 1/3 times, now this inside is going to become log of x plus y quantity squared minus log of 10. Okay? Now we can simplify things here, because what's the log of 10? Well, log is base 10, so this is common log. So the log of 10 the log base 10 of 10 is going to be 1, right? So let's just do that. So we've got 1/3, and we've got times, and let's pull the 2 out here. So this is going to be 2 log of x plus y minus minus 1. And now at this point, I'm just going to distribute the 1/3, and so I get 2/3 log x plus y minus 1/3. Now, this is the final answer. And one thing I want to bring your attention to is we can't do anything with the argument here as a sum, okay? There's nothing we can do there. Remember, it's the product property, not the sum property. So with this product property, we can split it into a sum of logs, but if we have a sum here inside the argument, there's nothing we can do with that, okay? Just even if it was, and the same goes if it was a subtraction, right? Addition or subtraction in here, we can't split that up in any way. We can't expand it any farther or further, okay? So this would be the final answer for part B. Have a great day.